Hello and welcome to the opening of HGW 26. So, this is basically like 2K26 fantasy game. You all know how HGW works. And our cover star for 2026, well, always our cover star. The one, the only, Mr. Malachi Greatness, the owner. So, like, obviously we've got to put the GOAT, who will have his overall revealed in just a couple of seconds. There, he is in the legends section. We're starting off with the legends. Not necessarily some legends, but most are. Howling is a 96. He is third. He is the third highest. Second being, no, I can't say. First is who I can't say. And then you've got Crystal 75 in the legend section because he is quite ambitious to retire, but not really a legend. But former tag champion with his own brother Tiger, who we'll see of later in this legend section as well. There's Dominic Raiden, who hasn't shown up for quite a good bit, but 81 overall for Raiden. Former world champion, Infinity champion. I mean, he was part of the Infinity title crisis with me, Fridge, and him. Then JM. JM Gamerban, who wasn't really shown up for a bit. Former Universal Champion, like 2 or 3 times, and then he just suddenly, becomes shit again. But I mean, JM's never been the guy. So he'd have been higher. And then Mr. Iguana. Number 76. So he's overall 76 because he hasn't really had any groundbreaking accomplishments, has he? His career's been quite bland. Not many titles, but next up at 98, the second highest overall in the game, and goes Sir Neville, 4-time world champion in his, a month and a half stint in HCW, making a visit. Then you've got Silly Saf at 73. He was there just for the vibes, so you got to give him a decent overall. Now, we're going to come across some from July, and just some legends in general. This is July King Tiger from July. So, he got an overall of 80. Well, because at this time, he didn't really accomplish much. And he was more of in a feud with the No Blood Bloodline before the big split. Then, Arabic guy. Legend, absolute legend. Multiple time world champion. He's beat me, I think, for number 89. So the overall of 89 is quite good. Then, Tiger from July. No, HM from July. 89 overall in the Legends section. It's quite good, I'd say, 89. Now, seeing what Tiger got. But, let's hope my biggest rival, Fridge, doesn't top that. Shit! He's only gone and got 1 over me as well. Yeah, there's Fridge. July Fridge. Still hated him back then. Main evented the first ever Mania. Just remember that, me and Fridge. First ever main eventers. Then you've got Therese. July 92. Still don't know how we got that. I think there's been a bit of bias. But, quite good Therese. Like 10-time world champion, I think, or something. Now I'll have to ask Therese. Last up in the Legends category, Prime HM77. Now this isn't some normal HM77. This is the Prime. So the prick that you just couldn't beat. Okay, and we're going to be moving on to our base roster. And so we move on to the base roster. Cam at 74. The jobber, he hasn't really won much, but he's done a lot more of cosplaying wrestlers. So he gets quite a good overall for a jobber. 74. But I mean, still not as good as Crystal. KM Beats debut, and he's the maker of the Howling Greatness theme song. He has done it. He has made it to the big leagues, and I am very happy that I get to say KM Beats is here. Then, Woko, 92. He might have not won many titles, but then, you know, he's just a legend. So, you know, that's really good for Woko. 92 overall, legend, top 10, I think, ever. One of the funniest people. And then you've got the prick, Marlo D. I don't really want to talk about him. How's your day been, guys? How's it been? We all good, yeah? Yeah, 75 overall. That's not the best. Nay! Dr. Roos at 88 overall. Former world champion, Infinity champion. One person you definitely associate with the title. Not Fridge. Oh my god. Timothy. Oh my, he needs to change his opinion on that. So does Fridge as well, you know, self-glazing. Spider-Man, 85. Never lost to Howling. Former IC champ, world champ. I think he's won a few others. But he's never lost to Howling. They feuded. And, you know, Spider-Man was being a bit of a prick. Howling should have won. Carson, 89. The Brown Talent Stealer. Former world champion, tag champion. And his brother will be up next. I'm thinking 92 or something. So, you know. Don't know how. Yeah, I was right. 91. Former HGW Rumble winner. Don't know how he did it. You know, he can barely decide to show up. He used to have his brother to speak for him. But, you know, they've got quite good overalls. That's how they got it, I think. And world titles. And then you've got, finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Colton. So Colton gets the 86 overall somehow. So, you know, former HGW, part of the main event Mafia, a very good faction. And then you've got Mr. Reindeer. He is quite a good wrestler. Former world champion. He was part of the Universal title struggle with me and JM. That's what I'm going to call it, the struggle for power. Then we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Eddie. 82, former champion. I believed in Eddie when he won. No one believed in Eddie other than me and a few others. You know, fuck you to anyone who didn't, because Eddie is just a legend. Then BTM. BTM's a wanker. BTM's a wanker. Never lost to me, by the way. He's always beaten me somehow with Rey Mysterio. Always with Rey. I don't know how to beat him. It's like me and Howling as well. But he's a former Infinity champion. He'd have been 89. That IC title reign nerfed him, though. I'll agree with that. Happy Howling, 92. One of the most recent Universal champions. It went from King Bob to Happy Howling to HM to Gaff to Fridge to HM. But quite a legend, part of the No Blood bloodline. But now he's with me, the new tribal chief. Jacko went in 83. Once a former world champion, he's been suspended before for his nasty Australian attitude. You know, quite a dick. Next up we have King Bob. King Bob at 93 overall. Former world champion and the newest inductee into the Hall of Fame, as announced by Timothy, who got a vote to choose someone in the Hall of Fame. King Bob has done a lot of it. always believe in King Bob and good things will happen. Then Vic, dick, don't like him, but you know. So Vic has done it. Vic has got 68. He beat me once for the title. You know, don't know how. Gaff, who beat me at Mania. Somehow he beat me still. But I'm quite happy he beat me because not only did he get, you know, the protection, he won the world title, but also I got to regain it later from Fridge, who he lost it to. And then Single Family, the greatest hardcore champion ever. What a great way for him to go into the game with an 81 somehow. For someone who's not won that much. Then we've got Kevin No Aura Anderson at a 78 overall. So he's never won a world title, but he failed to show up. But he's still quite a let's just say, still a member of the HGW community. Next up we have Agents, who's partly the reason for this company actually forming in the first place. When he started beefing with Fridge, he's won a few titles, never a world. Now we're getting to the big guns. Ta-da! At a 90 overall, Timothy never won the world title, but it's such an impressive legacy. He got the 90 somehow. Somehow he got 90. Quite, you know, quite bedazzled on how he didn't get a bit higher. 94, the former tribal chief, my biggest rival, Fridge. Which, now we're going in order. So, you know, this is good because now I don't get below Fridge, which is amazing. Therese at a 95 overall. That's quite good. One of the legends of HGW. And he is very influential in the way that HGW runs today. Next up, at 98 overall, HM77. He has done it. He has got to the top of the mountain yet again. The Universal Champion, the Tribal Chief, the greatest of all time. And he is at the top of that mountain. He is on the island of relevancy. What? How the f*** has he got 99? How has he got 99? Yeah, well, look at his accomplishments. 21-time world champion, you know. So I'll see you later, guys, for the game modes and the showcase.